Today, we're diving into phishing. You know, it's that hidden threat that costs people millions, and it all hinges on one simple thing: tricking you. So the real question is, how good are your eyes at spotting a fake? Let's put them to the test.
Okay, we're gonna start with a little pop quiz. See, cybercriminals are counting on you being busy, moving fast, and not sweating the small stuff. So let's slow down for a second and see just how sharp you really are.
All right, take a look at your screen. You see two web addresses for PayPal. Now, they look pretty much identical, right? But one of them is a trap, and it's designed to snatch your information. Take a close look. Which one is the fake?
If you guessed the one on the right, you nailed it. But hey, if you thought they looked exactly the same, you're definitely not alone. And that confusion, that's exactly what these scammers are banking on. This little trick has a name. It's called a homoglyph attack.
So what in the world is a homoglyph? Well, it's just a fancy word for a character that looks almost exactly like another one, but comes from a different alphabet. In that PayPal example, the fake link swapped out the normal Latin A for a Cyrillic A. Your brain just skims right over it, and that's how they get you.
Okay, so you've seen the trick up close. It's sneaky, for sure. But now let's zoom out and talk about why this stuff really matters. The real-world impact here is honestly kinda staggering.
According to IBM, that number you're seeing, that's the average cost of a data breach that starts from just one single phishing attack. Let that sink in. Almost $5 million, all because one person clicked on the wrong link.
And here's the thing you have to understand. Phishing isn't some super complex technical hack. It's all about social engineering. It doesn't bust through digital firewalls. It just politely knocks on the front door and tricks someone into letting it in. It's pure psychology. It preys on our trust, our desire to be helpful, and our instinct to act fast.
And believe me, it is absolutely everywhere. The FBI has confirmed that phishing is the single most common type of cybercrime out there. So knowing how to spot these scams isn't just a skill for the IT department anymore. It's a critical life skill for anyone who uses the internet.
You know, just like actual phishing, scammers have different techniques for different kinds of fish. The game has really evolved from just casting out a giant, hopeful net to using custom-made, targeted spears for very specific people.
First, you've got your classic, run-of-the-mill phishing. Think of this as casting a huge net. These are those generic spam emails you get that pretend to be from your bank or a big online store. Scammers blast out millions of them, basically playing a numbers game, hoping that a few people will take the bait. But this is where things get way more advanced. Spear phishing is personal, and that's what makes it so much more dangerous. With this, the attackers do their homework on you. They'll check out your social media, find your job title, and craft a message that feels like it was written just for you. Maybe mentioning a colleague by name or a project you're working on. And then, at the very top of the pyramid, you have whaling. As the name suggests, this is all about hunting the biggest fish in the sea. We're talking CEOs, CFOs, the top executives. The goal here is a massive payday, like tricking someone in finance to wire millions of dollars to a scam account. These attackers are always coming up with new tricks, and they've moved way beyond just email. Their toolkit is expanding to all the devices in tech we use every single day. I'm willing to bet you've seen this one. It's called smishing, and it happens over text messages. You get that urgent text about a package that couldn't be delivered, or a weird alert from your bank telling you to click a link. Yep, that's almost always a smishing attempt.
And what about this one? Squishing. This one uses QR codes. Scammers are literally going around and putting fake QR code stickers on things like parking meters or posters in coffee shops. You think you're scanning to pay for parking, but nope, you're being sent to a fake site that's ready to steal your credit card info.
Now, this is where things get really wild. Let's talk about AI. See, it used to take a scammer something like 16 hours to do the research and write a really convincing, personalized spear phishing email. But now, with AI, they can generate a perfect, flawless, and even more persuasive message in about 5 minutes. AI is making these scams faster, smarter, and way harder to spot. All those classic red flags we used to look for, like bad grammar or weird phrasing, AI just erases them completely.
Okay, I know this can all sound a bit scary, but here's the good news. You can actually defeat most of these attacks with a really simple, step-by-step approach. So let's walk through how you can build up your own defense.
A great way to remember the steps is with the acronym WHALE, which Cisco came up with. Let's break it down. W is for who. Seriously, look at the full email address. Is there a sneaky typo? H is for have a look at the subject line. Does it sound super urgent or threatening? A is for attachments. Were you expecting one? If not, do not open it. L is for look at the content. Hover over those links. Do they lead where they say they do? And finally, E is for inquire. If something feels off, pick up the phone and call the person. Just verify it through a different channel. On top of that framework, just keep your eyes peeled for these other classic signs. Scammers love to create a sense of urgency because they don't want you to have time to think. Be suspicious of any unexpected request for money or your personal info. And yeah, while AI is getting better, a lot of the low-level scams still have terrible spelling and grammar. And always hover your mouse over a link before you even think about clicking it. See where it's really going to take you.
So, we've looked at the sneaky tricks, the new tech, and the different tactics they use. When you boil it all down, what's the single most important thing to remember? Let's bring it all home.
At the end of the day, all the security software in the world can only get you so far. The real first line of defense is you. It's your awareness. It's your gut feeling. Scammers are trying to get you to panic and react without thinking. So if you get a message and something just feels off about it, trust that instinct. It's probably right.
And this all leads to the golden rule of staying safe online. When in doubt, just don't click. Don't reply to the email. Don't download the attachment. Instead, take a breath, open a new browser window, and go to the official website yourself. Or better yet, call the company or person directly using a number you already know is legit. That one extra step is your ultimate safety net.
The reality is, attackers are never going to stop. They're always learning, always adapting, and always finding new ways to trick us. So the real question isn't whether they're evolving, it's whether you are too.